Noble women and homemakers and aspiring soap makers. My name is Erica and I am the owner and founder of The Noble Woman. If you are interested in that, or if you want to learn how to become a homemaker, find a community that supports the Lord, please feel free to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it with someone who's also interested. So I want to talk about how I got my first wholesale / retail customer. I actually had two, and I did document that in the video. It's called My First Wholesale Order, where I showed you the order, but I didn't tell you how I got the order. And this video will be all about that. If you have any questions, as always, ask any questions below. So I want to talk about the second wholesale account, which should have been my first. So one day I went to sleep and I had a dream. When I woke up from my dream, I saw like a word. I saw the spelling of a word that I did not necessarily know how to pronounce. When I put it in Google, it turns out it was a local beauty salon that was right like in my area. However, I was too afraid to approach them, so I never did. But I knew in my heart that the Lord wanted me to take my soaps there. So let's go to the first wholesale account, and then I'll get back to that one later. So the first one was, we clean commercial restaurants, and I had to go pick up a check one day. So I had dealt with this customer for probably 5 to 6 years. And my husband was like, I need you to go and pick up the check. The drive was about an hour and a half, and I had never been there before. So when I went there, the place was beautiful. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I really think my soaps would do well here, because it was like a restaurant / little like barista area. But then she had this marketplace for I guess small businesses or vendors to put their stuff in that she was, purchasing from and putting it in there. But it gave like magnolia chic, everything that I was. So she wasn't at the restaurant, but of course I had her number, so I gave her a call and I asked her, I said, I know you know me from, cleaning restaurants. However, I have another business which I make homemade soaps, and I think they would look really nice in your store. Are you accepting any more vendors? So she was like, no, I'm actually trying to scale down, but you can send me some samples or whatever. And I said, okay, this is the most important thing. I asked her, what do you like? What scents do you like? She said she absolutely did not like lavender. She didn't like things that was like that you can find anywhere. So I sent her our stress-free, our oatmeal, and a few other bars. Now, when I say I sent, I was like, okay, I'll be in the area tomorrow. You guys, this is an hour away from my house. I will not be in the area tomorrow, but I was going to be that day. So I packed up, I think it was probably about 4 sample bars. I made sure I did not include lavender. I think I did a rose water and chamomile, a calming hemp seed and eucalyptus, and I think it was like our best-selling oatmeal honey and our lemon butter, right? I took those down and I dropped them off. Now, I didn't hear from her. So my second tip is going to be follow up. I didn't hear from her for like 2 weeks, but I was afraid. The spirit of fear was like, she didn't like your stuff. She didn't want it, just all of those things. So then God was like, call her. So I called her, and it turns out she was on vacation for like 3 weeks, and she had just got back into the country. And I said, did you get a chance to look at the soaps? And she said, no, I didn't even know you dropped them off. So I explained how I dropped them off in a note. And she said, oh, they were over in the corner. I didn't even know what it was. So she said, I'll take a look at it, and if I like it, I'll get back to you. Y'all, she called me like the next day, and she was like, I'll order 8 of each. I was like, absolutely no problem. So I think I promised her, she wanted it in time for Mother's Day, which was in May, but I know that I definitely had the order over to her by April something. I think it was like early April. So that was the first wholesale order. So literally, as I'm driving back up, I was pumped. I had the confidence. So I went back to that original place. I went there and I asked for the owner. I kind of like Googled it a little bit first, but I asked for the owner, and I was like, I'm a small business owner, and I'm looking to get my soaps into small businesses such as yours. Now, she was a hair salon, and she said, oh yeah, great. That'd be excellent. Let's schedule an appointment. We scheduled an appointment. We had to end up like the scheduling didn't work for like 3 times or whatever, but I kept being persistent, and we got our schedule down. Now this time, instead of sending the soaps, I had like a meeting. So when I scheduled a meeting with her, I went out to Target. I got a nice big bag. I got a nice like things. So I didn't want my soaps to just be on the counter. So I got those laid out really nice. And I let her smell each one. I displayed only my best-selling bars. She ordered 32 of them. But she did like a mix and match of the small and the big. But either way, she did 32 bars at that time. And both of those was in April. I'm really excited. I encourage you to, if the Lord is leading you, or if you want to start to wholesale your bars, make sure that you are not afraid. Make sure that you figure out what type of place, like what looks nice, like where would your bars or where would your product, because it's not just about soap, where would your product fit in, right? And then make the offer. Bring the product. Like I said, make sure that you know your pricing. So your wholesale pricing should be different than what you sell to a regular person. It should be less, so they can have room for their profit as well. And that's it. Follow up and be confident. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.